On the day of Pentecost did the Holy Spirit remind the apostles everything Jesus said. It is indeed surprising that Jesus did not write anything. We would have liked this so much if he had written a gospel in his own words. He did nothing about it. So we could say to ourselves, that's amazing, not his real message. Some critics or commentators say so, and they continue to dismantle the gospel to the point that at the end there remains a comma which may seem authentic and the rest considered as reconstructions. The truth is they forgot a criterion, the Holy Spirit that comes into the apostles and the evangelists day of Pentecost. Therefore, it is the Spirit of Jesus that is God. Furthermore, Jesus had promised this. It may be found in John chapter 14, verse 26. But the paraclete, the Holy Spirit whom the Father will send in my name, he will teach you everything and remind you of everything I told you. What does that prove? Christianity is not a religion from the book alone. There had been no book, there will be none for at least 20 years. But the Holy Spirit, through the oral recitations, the accounts of the apostles, and his charismatic and powerful coming at the start, will never cease to recall everything into the smallest detail in order to form the hearts of the faithful. We can say, therefore, that with this presence of the Holy Spirit, the message of Jesus that had been obscure, poorly understood, the parables, for example, the story of it's better if I leave, if not, the Holy Spirit will not come. This all becomes crystal clear. It became clear within them, also means that the church is a church of holy tradition. The term tradition means transmission by which the Holy Spirit and by which the saints among themselves who had spoken to each other, these are similar to the tongues of fire which had alighted that come from above, descending upon the heads intelligent of the apostle and then spread from head to head by division. This is true evangelism. So therefore be careful. Between the Holy Spirit and his own spirit, when one is proud, there may be some confusion, and so there will have to be objective data which will allow to the church to distinguish what comes from Jesus, therefore from the Holy Spirit, and what does not come from Jesus. They will write things down carried by tradition. So who did not even know Jesus will write accounts like, for example, Luke or Mark. But whatever, the Holy Spirit is present infallibly, so that with regard to the deep content of the gospel, the doctrine of salvation, be written only what he inspires. Obviously, that does not prevent them from writing, and they have written in their own words, and the expressions may not be those of Jesus to 100%. Whatever, the infallible Holy Spirit wants only to be written what he inspires. Then the apostles will die. The written revelation had been completed. However, the Holy Spirit will not cease coming in the church, in the faithful, so that they might read these texts and understand them. Otherwise, cut off from their source, which is the Holy Spirit, the people wouldn't be able to understand them. They will be simply dead letters.